So as per usual, I've got the keystrokes on here so you guys can see what I'm doing. So you know, left click, right click, you know, center, whatever like that. Right. So what I want you to do when we start this off is go into your shading tab, and you're gonna notice this. This is our nodes. So hold on one little tiny second because I don't think the screen keys are on this one. Why aren't the screen keys on this one? I'm pretty sure they'll show up at some point. So, hold the sensory scroll wheel. This will enable you to move everything around. So at the moment these two are selected. So what you want to do is go to add, and then we're going to, I mean you can type this in or you can find it, but you want to just type brick. And there's no search, there's a little search bar that comes up, but at the beginning there's no search bar, so you don't need to press anything, just type brick. So you're going to go with the brick texture here. So what you want to do is put colour to base colour from the brick texture. You notice that you get this wonderful little brick texture right here. So the cube's actually on its side at the moment, so I'm going to rotate that one. So just select your cube, press R for rotate, and rotate against one of the axes. Now, on your keypad, press 90. I think you can do this on a regular keyboard, like a non number pad keyboard. But I'm just someone's bike in the background. Just type in 90, and it'll change it to 90 degrees. Going across right there. So when we've got this is a basic tutorial. There are other ways of correcting that, but at the moment I just want to teach you how to do brickwork. So I'm just going to go ahead and select all these so I can just move them down for you guys. Just come out so that you guys can see what's going on. Okay, so we have a brick texture, our principled BSDF, and we have our media material output. So the next thing that we want to do is type in bump. And we're going to stick it right between the brick texture and principled BSDF. So what you want to do now, you'll notice that the colour of the brick texture is actually connected to the normal of the bump. So what we want to do instead is click height, and you should see something like this. So at the moment you notice that this one is purple, this one is yellow. This is the computer telling us that there's some sort of error going on, and yes, there is some sort of error going on because we've not put in the rest of the stuff at the moment. So what you should do, click your brick texture, press shift, hold it, and click the bump, and then what we're going to do, we're just going to go ahead and just drag these to the side. What we want to do is add a colour ramp. So just type in colour. It's spelt the American way, C-O-L-O-R. We spell it a different way, it's C-O-L-O-U-R. Yeah. So this is what we have now. You see that the bricks, they're kind of flat, but they're not truly flat. It's not like you've got wallpaper, brick wallpaper, and it's completely flat. You've kind of got these little bumps there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to click invert. I mean, you can have invert if you want. Those are the bricks, but then you can bring the mortar forward as well. I just wanted to show you that, just in case you wanted, like, inner bricks. So, if you want to add texture to these, I'm just going to go to the render tab right there and just change it from Eevee to cycles. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I'm just going to find the torch as well, the spotlight that we have in here. Just move this down. This is just so that you can see the bricks procedurally, I guess. So that's the render right there. So this is a simple way of doing it. Usually when I do bricks, like I'll do individual blocks, but if you're doing individual blocks, you can like your RAM can't really handle it as much. Like if you've got a low RAM, it'll just slow your computer down, because the more objects that you have in a scene, the more that the computer's got to figure out and calculate lighting wise and shape wise. So I mean, like if you've got something like this where you're using procedural nodes, it just lessens the amount of RAM used, and it's great for a background as well, especially if your background's not in focus and you've got characters in front or whatever. It's just great for a texture as well. We have our bricks there, but they don't look bricky. They don't look bricky. I'm going to do another tutorial later on how to make a brick wall with multiple bricks and mortar and stuff like that, so that'll be up and coming. But for now, I'm just going to do this one with you guys. So click your default cube, what was your default cube, and what we're going to do is we're going to change these bricks with a little bit more texture. So we're going to add, and then we're going to go noise. So ISA, NOISE, noise texture. Just place it next to your brick texture. You're going to go colour, and now you can either go colour 1, colour 2, or you can go mortar. You can do all three if you'd like. We're going to go with colour 1. You'll notice that we get some staining on the bricks now. So this is our kind of texture thing that's going on right now. So what you want to do, go ahead and go to your scale just at the side. And we are going to just scale this up a little bit. Just checking my clock time right there. You'll notice that we've got some texture going on now. So bricks are obviously they're not smooth. So you'll notice as well that we've got some bricks that are kind of different right here, up at the top and around. So this is I can just find this. I'm just going to turn this one up a little bit. This is detail, I believe. No. Bias. I believe it's bias. Yes. So to do this is bias. Yeah, it's been a while. So, I mean, you can play around with these settings as much as you want. You can add as much detail as you want. You can scale it up as much as you want. I'm just going to scale it outwards a little bit. It's a little bit too detailed for my liking. Let's see, detail. Let's just pull that back a little bit. I mean, this is your world. You can make it as much or a little as you'd like, really. Detail wise, I'm just going to scale that down a little bit. By the way, if you go into minuses, it'll just do what it's doing now, just in a minus. So the higher that you go on this, you've got a lot of detail on your bricks. If you go into a minus, if I can force it into a minus just to show you, so you got quite big stuff, that's minus 16, and then it just goes little again. I don't understand why they have a minus and they have a plus, because yeah, it just does the same thing, but I mean, like, whichever way you want to go with your scaling, you can do. Let's see, distortion. I'm just going to turn the distortion down a little bit. I'd say totally mess with everything on this. You know, that's generally how you learn in the best way. Let's see. Okay, so now we've got our kind of brick wall thing going on. What I'm going to do is just zoom out of this, and I'm just going to duplicate this. So to duplicate, we want to press Shift-D, and then I'm just going to place it underneath. Now I'm just going to move these up a little bit because there's not a lot of room right there and you guys can't see, so just press G or click it with your cursor and just move it. Either one is good. Just get this sorted. Right, so you see on the first one that we've got colour 1, which is the brick itself. Colour 2 is obviously your background and stuff. Mortar, I mean, you can put detail on your mortar, but mortar tends to be a little bit more smoother. So if you're going to put detail on your mortar, I would say just do the noise and have it a little less, so less detailed. Let's see if I can do this. So yeah, this is what happens when you make your mortar like that. It just does it. It's not different. It just blends in. It's not good. So what I'm going to do, just, you can either scale this up or you can scale it down. I'm going to scale it down. You notice it stands out a lot more. It's like camouflage, if not. Or you could have little lines across your bricks to make them look a little bit more detailed. as if they've been stained. Yeah, I'll do mine like that. So we've kind of got this little stain going on at the side. I'm just going to adjust my bias just slightly. Just ever so slightly. Yeah. Okay. So now you notice that everything's black and white. So we want to make this a little bit more bricky. So we want the reds in there. We want kind of a gingery look, but then we kind of want this paleness as well. So we're going to go ahead. I'm going to add a red. I'm going to go extreme. Just add a red. Just see what it does. And, you know, as I said before, it's all about experimenting with your stuff. And just seeing what works for you. Let's see. I'm going to go for a little bit of a yellow there. Let's get the red. Red's going into mortar. But if we bring it on this side, it's more yellow. So maybe we want a brown as well. Just to diffuse that a little bit. Just bring that down. Yeah, you just slide these across. Just kind of make them good. You know, I'm going to add an orange in here. I think that would set it off a little bit more. It's like a real in-your-face orange. Now, usually mortar's white. So, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to scale this mortar up a little bit. Scale it down even. Excuse me. I think that would be about right. Also, if you want, if it's a scene that you're making that's kind of rainy, you want a wet wall, but in this case I kind of want a dry wall. So what I'm going to do, there's also something else I'm going to do is I've just noticed, but first we're going to increase the roughness a little bit. Let's see, frequency, roughness, yeah. It's going to make the mortar a little bit more rough. Make the brick a little bit more rough. So it brings some of that character out. So as well, what you can do is you can actually adjust the mortar size. So you can see at the moment that I've got it, well, did have 0.022. Just changed. And you notice that if you move your cursor or you click these side notes right here, the mortar changes. But what I want is 0.01. I'm going to try that one. 0.01, and we kind of get a very thin mortar. You can make your mortar thicker if you want thick mortar. You can have thick mortar. To be honest with you, this looks okay. To me, at least, it looks okay. For a basic model for you guys, that'd generally be brick. You know what I mean? That's generally how that works. I'm gonna just shift this bias. I don't like it. I don't like the bias. So yeah, this is just a basic tutorial on how to do walls. So, you know. Alright, let's duplicate that. I just want to make a point here on the lighting. Let's see. Yeah, we're on that side. Right. So we're going to take this one. Lighting. Am I in the way? No, I'm not. Right, it's going to change the colour of this lighting. Maybe we want a blue. Colour of this lighting to a red. So, this is how it'll look when it's rendered. I'm just going to turn the background all the way down. And there you go. That's the basic wall using nodes. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you've got this far, I would really appreciate it if you liked and subscribed. Yeah, that totally made my day, because I'm currently working on this with YouTube and Facebook. Facebook kind of came in a little bit later, but primarily I made these for YouTube. So yeah, if you're on YouTube, please like, subscribe, and if you're on Facebook, give me a follow. Yeah, have a great day, guys.